All right. So we're going to start the test review by showing, I'm going to show you how to convert units first. Okay. So I'm just going to pick just a few random things and then you can just work through your test review. So let's say that I wanted to convert maybe a unit, let's say 5,000 micrometers. Now you know what that symbol means, right? That that's micrometers. And I want to convert that into centimeters. Okay. So I'm going from micrometers to centimeters. So if you look at the chart that I gave you in the formula sheet, let me just share that with you for a second. There is a formula sheet provided to you on the midterm. Here's the formula sheet. This is what it looks like. It tells you that 1 micrometer is 10 to the negative 6. These are all in meters, right? So 10 to the negative 6 meters. 1 millimeters is 10 to the negative 3 meters and so forth, right? So 1 micrometer is, so what we're going to do is none of these take you from micrometer to centimeter directly. So we're going to do 2 steps here. So let's go back to the whiteboard. All right, so first I'm going to take micrometer to the base unit meters because I know from that chart how those two are related. And then I'm going to convert meter to centimeters. So again, if you look back at the chart, 1 micrometer is 10 to the negative 6. That should be a meter there, right? And 1 centimeter is 10 to the negative 2 meters. So when you're converting, you start by writing the thing that you're converting with the unit, 500 micrometer. Do this part first. So the question is, do I multiply it? You're either going to multiply it with micrometer per meter or meter per micrometer. I want to get rid of the micrometers, so I put that here, and I want meter instead. And then simply look, there's 1 in front of the micrometer and 10 to the negative 6 in front of the meters. So this cancels that. If I stopped at this point, my answer would be in meters. Now I'm going to do another step. I'm going to now convert meters to centimeters. So then I multiply it with either meter per centimeter, centimeter per meter. Which one is it going to be? Well, I want to get rid of the meters, so I put meter here. So it cancels out, and I want to replace it with centimeters. And as I can see from this, that 1 centimeter is 10 to the negative 2 meters. So those cancel, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. So that's centimeters. So meter cancels out. And then all the numbers, multiply them out. 500 times 10 to the negative 6, divide by 10 to the negative 2. Just do that on your calculator, and that answer will be in centimeters. All right, I'll let you do the final calculation. I'm just going to show you how to do that. So, all right, so make sure you know how to type those scientific notation on your calculator. And just to remind you what scientific notation means, if you have 10 to the negative 6, that means 1 over a million. 4, 5, 6, 1 over 1 with 4 or 6 zeros. If this was 10 to the 6, then that would be 1 with 6 zeros. In other words, a million. There you go. So if I had 2 times 10 to the 6, that would be 2 million. If I had 2 times 10 to the negative 6, then that's 2 divided by a million, which, you just, that's what that is. Or I can write it all out, 0 0.1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 6th digit is the 2. So that's scientific notation, right? And usually we put a 2.0, a lot of times we do that. So that's how you convert the units. Now, let's say that I gave you some units where you have to go from kilometers to, I'm going to do a more complicated one. So here's a formula sheet again. Let's say that we want to go from kilometer to mile. And there's 1,609 meters in 1 mile. So let me share this. whiteboard. All right. So let's say that I wanted to convert 60 miles per hour to kilometer per hour. So I want to know how many kilometer per hour that is. Okay. So as I showed you, 1 mile is 1,609 meters. You can just directly first convert 1 mile, the meters to kilometer, using, again, scientific notation. I'll let you do that. I mean, not scientific notation, sorry, how I showed you to do that earlier using dimensional analysis. So this is going to be 1 point. You divide, basically. There are 1,000 meters in 1 kilometer. So I divide this by 1,000. So I get 1.609 kilometers. All right. Now, I want to go from 60 miles per hour to kilometer per hour. I'm only converting the miles to kilometer. So I'm not going to touch the hour. But when I write it down, always write the full thing first, like so. Then, since I'm going from mile to kilometer, I'm going to multiply this with kilometer per mile. Again, the reason being because I want to get rid of mile. So that cancels out. And also put this in. 1 mile is 1.609 kilometers. And then just multiply 60 with 1.609. And that answer will be in kilometer per hour. And again, I'm going to let you calculate that. I'm just showing you how to do these. So that's how you convert units. Okay, that's the basics on that. The next thing I'm going to talk about are graphs, speed time, position time, and velocity time graphs. Okay, so